Good morning, friends. Hey, there we are. Sorry, we're just adjusting the camera. Up. It is 5:37 a.m. and we're about to get started with some mobility work. Oh boy, short nights, restless children, but we'll be fine, I'm sure. Nothing we can't survive and live through. What about you? I am also a bit beat up because for the first time in 23 years I went to a judo class yesterday and I was confronted with the realities of being 41 years old and trying to get back into something that I enjoyed as a teenager. But survived. Here we are. A bit sore, chafed fingers, but satisfied with what we've done. And for those of you who are watching on the vertical stream in your shorts feed, you go ahead and hop over to the horizontal live stream and say hi there, because there's a good microphone there and better sound qualities if you want to actually hear what I have to say. That is probably your best bet. For those of you who are watching and don't know me yet, my name is Toby. I am 41 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. Do so by minding my sleep, minding what I eat, making sure that I stay active, that I train, that I'm connecting to my friends and contributing to my community, and that I have things that I enjoy doing and that I'm learning for the sake of learning and doing them. And that is one of the reasons why I am testing the waters with martial arts again, because I think that is one of those skills that we can learn and master and get better at over the course of a lifetime. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I want to feel fit, capable, and competent for life and for living, which is why I think that having a plan and a strategy and knowledge for a healthy lifestyle is tantamount and important. That's what I talk about on the channel. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, stick around, check out my channel, take a look at some of the videos. If you want to, go ahead, take a look for at least 1 or 2 minutes. That would just help me with the watch time and maybe also help you get to some of the information that I'm sharing from my experience, because I'm not a very good video maker, but I enjoy doing it in my spare time. That being said, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So I'm going to hit the timer. It is 5:41. We're going to do a slightly abbreviated version today because it is already 5:40, and we're going to get started with that. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, you let me know. I have my monitor there. I can check that out and make sure that I catch your questions and maybe even answer them. It is Thursday morning, so right after this one, I'm gonna hop over to the the kitchen, make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm going to talk about community today, because I think that's a topic that when it comes to health, fitness, and specifically health, fitness, and longevity, we tend to forget that it's not just about us and our inner world, but that we actually want to talk about. That we actually want to talk about our place in society, in family, in friendships, and understand I guess it's actually nice to stretch and move after such an intense evening of judo and exercise. I think I see a comment there under the vertical stream. Thanks for don't mind the vertical stream. Just be mindful I have the sound and the microphone hooked up to the horizontal stream that will also be permanently available on my channel. So if you're interested in having a conversation, it's easier to hop over to the horizontal stream and type it up there because I have a monitor that allows me to follow that as well. Anyway, out of curiosity, I'm just gonna come check because I wanna say hi. Oh, no, you took the message down. That's a shame. Be nice to hear from you. It's good to see you this morning, whether you're on the vertical stream or the horizontal stream. Either or is fine. Did you get that sleep you were looking for last night? I hope you did. And I hope it was a good night's sleep for you. And I appreciate you dropping by again this morning. So I am slowly waking up, and I am finding that kind of hard this morning. I have a pair of shaved toes, and last night was fun, but more intense than I'd expected. I did pretty well up until the last 10 minutes of the class, and then in the last 10 minutes of the class, we did little matches, groundwork, and well, given that I haven't been doing my kettlebell swings, that just knocked the wind right out of me. Let me just read your messages. Morning. Here from the cardio bike right now, 45 minutes. Celsius. Yeah, when it gets that warm and you're trying to get that sleep in, it's hard. This goes to show you how important the environment we sleep in is for the quality of our sleep. But hey, on the cardio bike, very nice. And I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi. And I hope you're doing well. So I was just talking about my experience last night and going back to judo for the first time in 23 years. How much fun I had, but also how hard it actually was the last 10 minutes to keep up. So just notice that hit level of fitness, not every minute on the minute, but then for 40, 45 seconds, 10, 20 minutes straight, it gives you something to work with. But grabbing someone, trying to pull them to the floor, resisting them, pulling you to the floor, making a basically playing the game of judo was hard. Hard work, but in a good way. I'm a bit bruised, a bit battered, but I think there was a good level of enjoyment there. And, speaking of connections and community, that is a whole new group of people and a different community that I have always been interested in and a part of, that I have disconnected myself from for 23 years. And having gone back yesterday for the first time in such a long time, I actually wondered why, after I got my black belt, I never ever went back, whereas I have played with the idea many times. And I realized something that might be helpful for us on our health and fitness journey, and that is that the one experience you have is not defining for the next experience you'll have. Because my experience from 17 to 18 working on gaining my black belt was very intense. 4 or 5 days a week of training, hours of throwing and falling. And The aftertaste of that for me was that I wasn't sure that level of intensity was going to be worth the investment over time. I also probably just needed a break. It was a bit too much, maybe. It was a really good black belt exam because of that effort. But I think what I realized yesterday is that I should have asked myself the question: so what kind of judo school would I want to attend? You know, what am I after? What is going to make me happy? Is it going to be a competition-style judo school? Is it going to be a kata-style judo school? Is it going to be a casual-style judo school? Should I try out maybe something more underground with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? And I think the long story short answer is that because I never asked myself that question, I actually never gave myself the opportunity to answer it with, hey look, there's probably also a more casual way of doing this sport that you might enjoy more. And why don't we try to find that one? I did karate for 8 years. I've been hidden in Glasgow. Haven't back since. I just have it like that. It is what it is. Interval training, yeah. Interval training is where it is for martial arts. He's out of you. Right? Yeah, I know. And, just realized yesterday the level of enjoyment, pleasure, and also camaraderie that exists in a group like that. Is one that was very nice and pleasant to be a part of and participate in. So I feel that I could have maybe not waited so long to at least test the waters. But hey, here we are. You can't look back and change things in the past. You can only look forward with the lessons learned and do things differently. So let's see how this soreness develops. But now, please, my body, and I will have to take it from there with the school that you did. Karate, by the way, and MMA. Any particular style of karate? These exercises are more tiring than kettlebell. Take 30 seconds and then do that again. Yeah. So my knees are starting to feel it. Yeah, as well. Sneezing. Around 85. Oh, wow. Oh, there you go. There's something about that's being committed to a sport and the beneficial impacts it can have on your long-term health and fitness. And yes, if we're experiencing any kind of pain or any other discomfort while training, we always need to stop and reassess what we're doing and whether what we're doing is working for us. That's not strange at all. I think that's the best course of action in many cases. I'm just waiting for the 30 seconds to be up, but I don't want to get off the ball and back on the ball. So here we are. Okay. Now, and last one. Then we're going to do one or two core exercises. And there we are. That's it. How's everything going on that cardio bike, friend? Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, listen, I think that's enough for today. I think I've given myself and my body enough of a challenge between last night's judo session and this morning's mobility session, we're going to head into the kitchen for a little chat about life and community, and about what we can bring to the table as people, which I think is more than we give ourselves credit for. So hey, be prepared for some new and regular updates on my perhaps newfound hobby, and also how that will affect my training choices and training modes. Because besides hiking in the mountains now, if I decide to pursue martial arts, I also need to have that 2-3 minute ability to exert force and power and build the capacity for that. And the lucky thing for me is that as someone who is a trainer of functional fitness and a lifestyle and health coach, I'm probably going to be able to build a good program for myself. I'm also going to shop around online and see what other people are saying, see what I can learn from that. Thanks for dropping by, friends. For those of you who are watching, remember, go ahead, hit like, subscribe on my channel if you're interested in more. I talk about health, fitness, kettlebell, longevity, being a father, career, life in general at 41, sharing my experience, mistakes, so that maybe you can, take a bit of advantage of everything that I've learned in life and use that to inform decisions you need to make about life and living. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to feel fit, capable, and competent for a living. I might live to be 85. I would like to get to 85. Disease-free, discomfort-free, medicine-free. Able to do squats, deadlifts, push-ups, pull-ups, runs, hikes, carry my own groceries, my own suitcase, etc., etc. So that's what we're here for, and I'll let you know in 40 years how that's going, all right? Remember, you're good just the way you are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. This person we are today is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. So a bit of kindness is going to go a long way. And the only way to get anything done and to learn anything new and to understand where we need to improve is by showing up and doing the work. So I will see you tomorrow. I hope, friend Da, thanks for dropping by, saying hi. Take good care there on that bike, and I'm sure we'll chat again. Have a great day. Very good. And good that you're going to be taking a break on the knees. It's important to take care of our bodies because we need them for a long time. And sleep well. Remember, subscribe.